Ayan. So, magandang hapon sa lahat and welcome to the fourth Bitpinas webcast this 2022. So, we are episode 8 then of the entire webcast and sana madami kayong natututunan especially ngayon in yung mga dati pang webcast natin. So, without further ado, let's bring our co-host Chin. Hi Chin, good
Hey
afternoon.
Mike, afternoon.
Yeah, salamat and thank you for joining again as our co-host. So, yeah, so right now, well, it, hold on. Saan na?
Prices ba to?
Yeah.
Oh, there.
So right now, well, it appears that the market has
Okay.
been going up. Base lang sa crypto price update namin kanina umaga. So not sure right now. Pero the real story is that 8% down from all-time high, particularly for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, ETH, AXS. So alam niyo naman, with trading, there are two camps. So those who swear by technical analysis and
Mm-hmm.
those that look at the market fundamentals. And of course, yung combination of both. So without further ado, let's bring up uh, Harry Santos from the Step Into The Cryptoverse podcast. Hello, Harry. Hi.
Hey Harry. Ah, you're on mute.
Shucks,
Ayan,
2022
okay
na,
na.
naka-mute pa rin ako.
Hi
Hello guys.
Harry.
Hey Chen, hey Michael, thanks for the invite. Excited to talk about yung market updates natin today para sa mga viewers and fans ng Bitpinas.
Yes, and then our other guest is Emman Deiparine, also known as the cryptocurrency. So hintayin lang natin siya, but he will be here in our webcast in a bit. So, Chin?
Yeah. So Harry, can you speak more about yourself muna and introduce like what is Into the Cryptoverse? Just for our
So,
audience who doesn't know.
so yun, I've been an enthusiast, of crypto. Actually, nung Bitcoin pa lang nun, no, back in 2013. So very early, the first Bitcoin meetup in Metro Manila that I attended was $95 pa lang yung Bitcoin noon. That was I think it was May of 2013. Grabe, old school. Hindi pa ako bumili noon. Yun, sa mga biggest regret ko, I was lurking lang. So, if we'll find out today with cryptocurrency trader, no, with Emman kung bear market na ba, if ever, this would probably be the third or fourth ba na bear cycle na winter as we call it, no, na mararanasan ko. Step Into The Cryptoverse is a podcast, no, na on with Globe Studios, now Anima Podcasts, na where we just wanna break down kasi masyadong complex ang crypto. So we wanna break it down for ordinary folks. We talk about NFTs, crypto. We have really great guests including Michael here, no. Chin, dapat ikaw naman next.
Sige, sure. This podcast is on Spotify or Apple
Yes,
Podcasts.
yes. Search nyo lang Step Into The Cryptoverse on Spotify. So, yun, we have so far, okay, we have really great guests. We had the NFT PH folks come in, pinakilala sa akin ni Michael, no? Really great guys. We've had Ron host, Miguel Coneta, and more to come, no? Michael was recently in our episode about Axie and, learned a lot from him then.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Harry. So, Mike, if you can... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Ito na, invite na natin. Nandito na po si Emman, the cryptocurrency
Ayun,
trader.
sakto.
Hi, Emman. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Narinig ba ako?
Yep.
So yeah,
and
we have here. So what's up guys? Quick intro. So I'm cryptocurrency trader and thank you for inviting me here. Shout out to Bitpinas and to those who are watching from our page. So I believe nakashare na tayo sa page ko, no? And yeah, sorry I'm late. Ayun. Kasi marami akong mga tech issues kasi yung internet. So lumipat pa kami pong bahay.
No worries, Emman. Sige. I'll just introduce the raffle for tonight and then quick intro about you. So, to those who are watching, we have weekly raffles every time we host the webcast. So, for tonight, we have two winners of 1,000 SLP each. courtesy of Aldrin Rabino, which most of you might know as Crypto Fortune. So if you check out his Twitter, please, he's also asking for everyone's help. If you have, if you know anyone, or if you're a type O plus blood donor, would very much appreciate it if you can comment or message Bitpinas directly for medical purposes. So yun, kung may kakilala kayo, please comment and share. Ayan. So yeah, Aldrin is our sponsor for tonight. Okay, and then Eman, can you introduce more about yourself and then more about into your cryptocurrency trader?
Yeah. So I'm cryptocurrency trader. I've been trading cryptocurrency since 2017, and I've been into a lot of cycles, bull and bear. So I can from this podcast slash stream, what I can add value here is what are the possibilities or probabilities kung saan possible pumunta yung price, especially if you're timing the markets slash trading. So that's what we call it, no, in trading. It's all about timing the markets. Pero if you're more into other stuff like NFTs and stuff, so feel free to stay, no, kasi with the technical analysis, it's not just the technical analysis itself. So I can also discuss with how to manage your risk, especially since the market is potentially pwede tayong mag range bound muna for the meantime. And there's a lot of patterns din na nakikita ko din na potentially na mangyari ulit na nangyari from 2018 and then 2019. So yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Sige, magandang topic yan for later. But Mike,
Yeah, just to and madami tayo sa audience. So just want to tell everyone in our audience that everything that is said here is non-financial advice. Alam niyo yan, crypto is risky, Bitcoin is risky, altcoins are riskier, and you need to do your own research. And whatever people say, you always have to remember. For example, sinabi na ganito ganyan, baka mamaya at the moment that you're going nagbago na yung market situation. So always remember that, and just keep that in mind during this
yeah.
webcast. All right?
And the purpose here is really to educate you guys coming from our guests and during our webcasts. So yeah.
Right, so let's start no kay Harry. Ito yung mga headlines this past few days, or actually ilang week na ata rin to. So crypto collapses, Bitcoin is dead, altcoins are dead, mga nawalan ng bahay, ganyan. What is going on? And why do you think the market is down right now?
So a lot of sources are saying no na a lot of this is a reaction of the crypto market to the Federal Reserve, kasi the Federal Reserve obviously is the central bank of the United States, and the dollar is of course the world reserve. So what happens is when pag nagbabago sila ng policy, for example, etong pag-increase nila ng interest rates which they've held back for so long, people tend to sell off risky assets. And what comes with this, of course, is cryptocurrency. As you've mentioned, is very risky. So maraming nasa sell off. But itong mga news ng Bitcoin is dead. We see this every time magbe-bearish, even if mag 10% lang, they say it's a crash, diba? So, that's one position. One position lang na it's because of the Federal Reserve signaling na mag-i-increase na sila ng interest rates.
Right. Bakit ganun, Harry? Bakit ganun? Sasabihin ng mga audience, sa US yan nagaganap, di ba? Why does it trickle down?
So, obviously, the dollar nga is the world reserve. So, everyone, almost every country, every nation, every fiat currency latches on the value of the US market. And a lot of stocks rin are actually associated with the policy of the Federal Reserve. So actually global siya, it affects global markets rin, especially stock markets, yung as in traditional stocks natin. A lot of people say na this is actually a bad thing, na Bitcoin or crypto is not necessarily a hedge against inflation, because they say wala pa yung decoupling, no, or kapag nagka-crash ang stock market, nagka-crash din ang crypto. I think it's also because, Bitcoin and crypto is, a little over a decade years old pa lang. It's very young. We're yet to see probably decades in before we see this decoupling, if ever, no. But yeah, that's why nagtitrickle to all over the world, because the dollar is the world reserve, diba?
All right. So now for the technical analyst view. So I know of Emman, the cryptocurrency trader for quite know of, and has been here ever since when Bitpinas started. Nandito na siya, and we respect your craft and the things that you do to educate people. So yun nga, when I first started sa Bitpinas 2017, 2018, 2019, super bear market, and you just continue teaching and sharing your wins and also your losses, di ba? Sabi nila, yeah. So makikita daw yung magaling na trader the moment na mag-hit ang bear market. So right now, if you can tell our audience, what is your outlook for Bitcoin in the days ahead, and feel free to share your screen then.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Okay lang bang Mike? Can I call you Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for the intro, Mike. No, so 27. I started trading since 2017 sa bull market noon. So there's a lot of patterns tinatawag nating fractals. So kailan, by the way, do you mind, Mike, kung kailan yung nag-start yung mga news regarding the Feds, and kailan ba nag-start pala to? I'm not looking at news kasi hindi kasi ako nag-news.
This was last week, no, Harry? Yung start ng...
Yeah, matagal nang sinisignal ng Federal Reserve. May mga rumors na, pero mas na-finalize nila last week.
Yeah, so explain ko lang on how the more likely pwede rin ang maging mali dito, no. So during my analysis when it comes to the market kasi is it really moves on a cycle, and I already also posted din sa Facebook page ko na meron tayong tinatawag na parabolic move na supposedly na mangyayari, which is expected siguro pagdating ng 2022. Since the price consolidates around this level, so we are considering na baka nag-range bound lang siya and then preparing for another high. But ang naging case natin dito is if we're going to observe kung paano ba nagmo-move yung price ni Bitcoin, and if we're going to check, there are similarities on its previous move during 2017, 2018, 19 na ganito, no? So ang tendency niya talaga pumasok siya sa boom and bust cycle eh. So
sorry, Emma, to just explain, this chart is the crypto total market cap, and
yeah, it's a total market cap. So
for our audience,
for those who doesn't know what the total market cap is, I don't rely that much sa di-discuss ko siya na nagdi-discuss ako ng Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum dominance, and other altcoins. But one thing na we want to pay attention is the market cap. Kasi every time na nadadagdag ang market cap, yun na yung volume ng yun na yung pera na papasok sa market, right? So if there's an increase of 1 trillion in the coin market cap, and then you'll notice na maraming coins din yung sumasabay doon, regardless kung mababa yung dominance niya or hindi. But the point is, pag malaking pera na pumasok sa market cap, then expect everything to float, no? And another issue na nakita ko bago bumagsak yung market, ito yung mga patterns that can also help us to determine if possible na ba magkaroon ng downside. So if you notice, Mike, no, if noong 2017, 2018, 19, we are already having a problem with gas prices. Right? So before the Feds and other stuff, may mga problems na that is very similar na nangyari din during the 2018 crash and then 2019 crash. Every time na tumataas yung gas prices, yun na yung nagiging sign na possible na magkaroon ng correction yung market. And another issue is na mapapansin natin before mag-crash yung market is yung mga network nagkakaroon ng congestions. Lumalabas yung mga congestions. So with that, ang naging effect nito sa price, humihina yung buying power nila. And then if we're going to notice in the macro perspective, we are currently on a potential major recession sa buong market. Okay, not just in cryptocurrency. Kasi every time na nagka-crash yung stock sa US, the market, what the government does is nagpa-pump sila ng money to stimulate, and then that pushes the price higher even in stock market. And every time na nakita natin na umakit din yung price sa crypto, there's a possibility na potential nag-overextend yung price. And yung supply, okay, mas kumukonti yung buyers rather than the demand, no? So wala na kasi since nag-overextend na yung price. So if we're going to check that on our chart, okay? So itong nangyari dito sa pagpasok ng 2022, if we're going to check our moving averages, it will also guide us na kung ano ba nangyayari sa trend niya, if it's going on the upside ba or expected pa ba. But what it did is already break its EMA levels. Nagkaroon na siya ng mga spaghetti. So if we're going to reflect that on the market, it also tells us na yung mga pera na papasok ngayon, they're just giving us a sign na nagkaroon siya ng impulse wave. So potentially ito yung sign na nag-short yung mga tao. But when the moment na hindi niya nabe-break yung mga near highs nito, nagkakaroon siya ng continuous movement sa downside. So next, hanggang kailan tayo possibly magkaroon ng bear market if we are going to call it a crypto winter? So if we're going to check yung past data ni Bitcoin, so sorry, I think kailangan ko pumunta sa BTC/USD. So for those who are going to check the chart of Bitcoin, I recommend piliin niyo yung mga coins na lumang-luma na. So for example, Bitstamp. So Bitstamp kasi matagal na to eh. So kung makita natin, pati yung 2015 data niya meron siya. So simply because nandito na yung Bitstamp dati pa. And then if we're going to check yung high nito, if we're going to check the behavior, so it's 1,226 days. 1,226 days to years, no? So if we're going to convert that into years, that is almost 4 years, no? That's 3.3 na nag-consolidate yung price bago niya na-break yung 1,400, di ba? So dito ako nakasakay sa 1,000, 1,015. So after nung nagkaroon na ng rally ulit yung price, if we're going to check ulit yung consolidation na to, nag-consolidate naman siya around 1,091 days. So parang almost 4 years nagko-consolidate yung Bitcoin bago niya ma-break ulit yung highs niya. So kung magko-consolidate din itong market natin within this area, we can expect na it might took us 1,000-ish plus days or 4 years, no, na mag-consolidate before natin ma-break tong level na to. As long as na yung market cap natin is supporting the wait lang, hold on. Check ko lang kung ano yung total market cap nitong, ayun, 1.3. As long as we are holding the 1.3, 1.2, or 1 trillion market cap, there's a possibility na ma-break natin to. But again, gaya nga nasasabi nila, only time can tell, no? Kasi either ways, pwede pa rin to, yung support level na to, pwede siya ma-break, and then it can continue. Magkaroon tayo ng downside up to 700 billion or 800 billion. So in BTC price, that is mga 20K-ish or 30K-ish. I guess roughly around that number, no? Yeah, 20K. So pwede tayong bumagsak papunta sa 20K if ma-break natin itong support na to. Pero ano yung mga possible scenarios na hindi tayo malaglag dito sa level na to? So possible scenario is, syempre, new money coming into the market. Tapos there's an upcoming trend na sa crypto ngayon, which is Web 3.0, no? Web 3.0. So if strong yung trend na yun, then we can expect for the overall total market cap to hold the sorry. Okay, so we can expect for the total market cap to hold yung 1.2 trillion market cap if strong yung trend ng Web 3.0. Since if we're going to observe nung bull market, yung sequence ng trends niya is number one, naging bullish tayo because of the DeFi, and then sunod pumasok na din yung NFT art, and then doon pumasok na yung mga NFT games. So we'll see no kung gaano kalakas or gaano ka-appealing sa tao yung Web 3.0. And then only time can tell. Okay. So only manage your risk na lang, kasi I think yung mga tao na natatalo sa crypto and nalulugi, they are over leveraged. If it's not with the software or yung broker, kung hindi sila naka-leverage doon using futures, umutang, no? So wala namang masamang umutang, but if you are asking too much, nag-leverage ka too much, malaking inutang mo, then hindi mo pa alam kung paano mag-time in the markets, no? Mag-timing sa market and expect the worst. So, yeah. So, for questions. Nakamute. Yata. Si Mike.
Yeah, Mike, I have a question for Harry actually, and then to Emman. So Harry, with like what Emman said na parang Web 3.0 coming in and like NFTs coming in, it could pump up actually money into the crypto markets. Do you have any thoughts on that, like in a fundamental point of view?
Yeah, well, this is, personal belief ko. It's not financial advice, pero, like Emman said, kung may pumasok na money sa market, that's a good thing. And I think, recently Bitpinas was actually breaking na Paymaya has a license na. Philippines pa lang to. Paymaya got a license to start their own virtual currency exchange or some form of crypto service, diba? And Paymaya has what? Millions of users. I think 20 plus 36 million users. Yeah. So that's a lot of people who will have exposure or potential exposure to crypto. Philippines pa lang yan. And then, as you know, play to earn the phenomena started here in the Philippines and the region. Hindi pa niya nape-penetrate yung mundo, and we know Web3 is starting, ang daming projects na nagsa-start. Play to earn pa lang yung isa sa mga projects na yan. So I personally am very optimistic. I think if mag-bearish man tayo, Michael was in our podcast and he said the best projects are created during bear markets kasi the community is strong. Pag nagbe-bearish kasi yung market or pag nagka-crash, nasi-shake off yung mga tao, di ba, na who might have bought high or yung mga pumasok lang because of the hype or the trend. So yun, those are my thoughts. I think very exciting. Philippines pa lang, we have a lot of exciting news now. What more in the world, no?
Yes, and actually that's very very insightful yung sinabi ni Emman that you mentioned yung yung paglalagay or taking into account the entire market cap. So yung 1.3 million, and as long as we don't go there, ganyan. So napansin nga dumami yung shock reacts, yung sinabi yung mga levels na to watch out for. So based on eye observation, many Filipinos are actually no longer into Bitcoin. This is just based on eye observation. So parang nandun tayo sa mga maliliit na coins, maliliit na altcoins, minsan mga micro caps pa. And history shows that, when Bitcoin crashes so hard, mas lalong matindi yung mga nangyayari sa altcoins, di ba? So, what is the historical altcoins in Bitcoin based on previous cycles? Ano usually na nangyayari when Bitcoin enjoys a major upside or suffers a major breakdown?
Ako ba?
Yeah, Harry.
Yan, so usually, as you know, we've alluded to Bitcoin dominance, no? So parang dollar din yan. It's not only a world reserve in the crypto market, parang reserve din siya because it serves as an on-ramp to most exchanges. Most exchanges, in order to fund it, you need to buy Bitcoin muna or the more dominant caps, diba? In fact, our local exchanges, it's mas konti pa nga yung altcoins na ino-offer, diba? So it's more like the major ones talaga. So I think in terms of ano nangyayari sa altcoins, we usually see this na kapag umaakyat or bumababa si Bitcoin with its dominance, the altcoins, as we say, would kneel down to Bitcoin, diba? And lalo na pag kumakrash ang Bitcoin, mas matindi pa yung crash. And then I think another trend I've seen, no, I've seen pa lang, I don't know if it's gonna happen again, is pag umaakyat naman si Bitcoin, after a while, nagkakaroon tayo ng, as we call it, altcoin season, diba? When yung it's the turn of the alts naman to come up. These are the cycles I've seen so far, at least in the time that I've been in the space.
Right. And we actually have some questions here that we have prepared. So, first one for Emman, actually, what are the good indicators to use, especially during this market cycle? So, this is from Alejandro, which is a freelance designer, and he's 37 years old. So, he added like the demographics in here just so for people to understand na iba-iba yung mga risk profiles and iba-iba yung mga levels ng tao na nagtatanong ng ganitong question. And one advice might or one opinion will be different to another person. So, yeah, Evan, can you share like any indicators that you use? And I noticed na yung chart mo kanina is the crypto market cap. Can you also explain like why you also rely to that and what value it adds to your technical analysis?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Okay, so when it comes to indicator, no, one of the best indicator I think that will help you to navigate yung cycle niya is ito yung tatawag natin the psychology of market cycle. So very vital ito dahil ayun no, may mga cycle na nangyayari over time na hindi lang tayo aware, no. Aside from the technical indicator na moving average, no. So I want to give you this one, no, kasi yun nga, may maraming cycle na nangyayari over time na hindi lang tayo aware, especially for the newcomers sa crypto. So, I want to see on our comment section, no, kung sino yung mga newcomers natin. Kindly press 1, no, kung nandyan kayo. So, eto guys, para sa inyo to. Pag bagbaguhan pa lang kayo, iniisip nyo na, okay, this cycle, possibly na maging matagal na siya, pwede itong hold na ako dito, 1 to 2 years, 3 years. But the difference between the cryptocurrency market and other market is yung speed ng cycle niya. Kasi the market is 24/7. So, hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng mga pre-market open, tapos mag-open yung market. That took the market so long to transition kung ano man yung current behavior niya. Let's say, if it's bearish, di ba, matagal mag-transition into bullish yun. Kasi more likely, it will consolidate for it has to consolidate para pagpag muna yung mga, alam mo yun, naipit sa taas. So that's how trading works eh. So if familiar na kayo dito sa situation na to, and I believe, no, you'll notice na baka nandito ka sa euphoria, nandito ka sa complacency or sa anxiety, it will give you an idea na baka mag-step back muna ako kasi baka mataas na eh. No? So, etong chart na pinakita ko sa inyo, you can use this as a map. So, pag ang direction naman kasi ng market, it could go high, it could go low, it could go sideways. So, if the market is moving on the sideways, then you can reference this chart din na, okay, so we're moving on the sideways, ano ba, what's the best thing that we can do? Pwede ba mag-DCA dito? So, I think this is the best indicator na gagamitin ninyo pag papasok kayo sa crypto so that hindi kayo kakabahan kung may kaba pa rin pero at least you have an idea na okay, sumukat sa tuktok yata ako nakabili. So nung bumagsak yung market, possibly ito na yung dip tapos nagkaroon ulit siya ng high pero hindi nalagpasan. So itong map na to, aside from the technical indicators, will definitely help you navigate the volatile cryptocurrency market. So yeah.
Thanks, Emman. And have you been using this type of indicator for a long time na, ever since you started trading?
Yeah. Actually, ito talaga yung main na lagi kong mini-mention, lalo na pag nasa stream ako or pag nagturo ako yung cycle. Kasi uh, even VCs, if they're going to invest on a particular sabihin natin project, ang titingnan nila dito is yung long-term cycle eh. So if we as a retailer, why not we should look at this market cycle din, since doon din sila tumitingin. Since ang kinukuha lang naman natin dito is yung mga short-term trends. So we're not that well enough para sakyan yung mga malalaking cycle. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Emman. And then we have another question. This is for both you, Harry and Emman. I am new to crypto. What are the first things that I should do? So this is for a profile who's Fernando. He's 57 and he's approaching retirement. So this is a different personality who's asking this type of question. So yeah. Emman, Harry.
Harry,
Sige, I'll go first. Well, obviously, like you mentioned, no, iba-iba ang profiles ng mga tao, iba-iba ang risk appetite natin, no. Some people uh I don't know, I don't need to judge, pero 'di ba, if you're younger, maybe you can risk more, 'di ba? If you're older, I don't know the situation of Fernando. Does he have kids? Is he alone na lang supporting himself? Is he supporting anyone else in the family? I think what's important is know your risk appetite. Yun muna with any investment, crypto man yan o hindi. And then know what you want to do. Does he want to be a day trader? He should follow more of like cryptocurrency trader on Facebook and diba, really learn about it and research. And then does he want to hold lang? Is he looking for another second retirement fund, diba? Kasi ideally dapat by now he must have a lot of money to reinvest again. So ano yung purpose niya rin? He needs to ask himself what's his purpose for this investment, ano yung goals niya, and ano yung risk appetite niya. That's what I would say. And then of course, lagi nating sinasabi, do your own research. This is very complex. Cryptocurrency is very complex. I hope Fernando is very techy kasi this involves a lot of technical knowledge rin. Unfortunately, as although user experience is improving na, so yun,
Yes.
ano yung goals niya, ano yung risk appetite niya.
Okay. Thank you so much, Harry. Emman?
Yeah, I agree with Harry. Yun nga, marami tayong iba-iba yung risk profile. So, in trading, yun yung tinatawag namin na predefined risk. No? So, every time na maglalagay kami or we bet something, kung akit na siya o bababa siya, we already have a predefined risk. So, kung nakikita nyo na malalaki yung profits and gains, so, wag kayo maniwala agad. No? Parang you have to ask muna. And then, going back to the question, am I new to the crypto? What are the first thing I should do? So yun nga, predefined risk. Number 2, hindi pala tayo makahanap agad ng curated information, no? Kasi maraming information pala na ano. So yeah, follow Bitpinas for updates. Kasi,
Thank you.
Yeah, follow Luis. So follow nyo guys yung mga OG na sa crypto. Kasi they know what's up, they know ano yung mga possible na next trend. Follow Harry. Ayan, so, ano pa ba? Kasi very important talaga guys information eh. And pag na-mislead ka, especially pag bull market, not to mention yung may mga, hindi masama mag-shill, no? But if they're shilling to steal your money, yun yung issue dun eh. So, very common na yung do your own research, pero what I really want to pay attention dito aside from the do your own research is yung longevity, no? So expect na magkakamali ka once you enter cryptocurrency market, pero you have to forgive yourself na saan ba ako nagkamali, and kung titignan mo na huli ka na, yun yung reason kasi pag umakit yung price, nagkakaroon na overreaction na FOMO ka. Pero lagi mo tatandaan is yung longevity. Because once na matapos, babalik ulit tayo sa sinabi ko ngayon, once na matapos na itong cycle na to, and then what you did, lalo na kung nagkaroon ng winter, aral ka na ng aral, then possibly sa next cycle makasabay ka na ulit kasi you already done your research, alam mo na kung saan ka nagkamali. Kumbaga, this is the perfect time for you to reflect kung ano ba yung mga mistakes mo, ano yung nagawa mong tama. Then, di ba, come back stronger pag bumalik na ulit yung bull market if you don't know how to trade. Pero if you are looking to learn how to time the markets, then it's time for you to learn how to trade, no? Kasi even though you are a hodler, kung makita mo may mga cycles yung crypto, you'll notice na may mga percentage dun na, let's say, on the 100% move, pwede mo siya sukatin na, okay, I can only get siguro roughly 30% or 70% ng move na yun. So, yun ang maganda sa cryptocurrency, and then it will also help you to define kung saan ba talaga yung mga exits mo. Kasi kahit sobrang ganda ng project, basta pumasok yan sa cycle, then tas mali pa yung kusang pang part ka pumasok, then expect na magkakaroon ka ng losses. So, there's so many ways on how to earn or skin the cat or the cryptocurrency market. So, habang winter pa, aral lang kayo and then come back stronger pag bull market na ulit.
Right. And coming from what you guys said, eto nga, the next question is, what are the books and websites to read more about crypto? So, this is like a really good question, especially to the newbies. And you mentioned before, like, choose like sinong influencers or sino yung mga papanoorin nyo to make sure na yung info na binibigay nila is reliable. So, Emma and Harry, like, maybe give like top 3 books, websites, or like personalities that our audience can follow or check, excluding Bitpinas.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry, go.
Sige, I'll start. So one of the people that really influenced me, and not just to really be so into crypto, but also to love the technology, is Andreas Antonopoulos. No, so I would recommend Andreas's books, all of his books and all of his videos on YouTube. He talks about a lot of the technology side and the promise and potential, and a lot of the things he said has come true, no, in the past years, mga use cases na mini-mention niya. Of course, I'll also mention maraming podcast dyan. We have Pompiliano's podcast. We have What Bitcoin Did. Marami. Pero, you guys have to understand these podcasts that I listen to, because I'm super bullish. Very bullish tong mga podcasts na to or mga websites na tong minention ko or the books. It would be nice rin to maybe learn about traditional investing, investing in general. Maganda rin mag-research kayo dyan kasi the same principles apply, no? Pwede ka ring ma-scam naman sa traditional stocks, pwede ka ring ma-scam sa real estate ka, may mga nasa-scam, 'di ba? So these things are investments in general. So I would recommend books about investments and business and like financial freedom, yung mga ganyang klaseng websites and books. Those are things I would recommend rin if you are here to, to think about investing.
Right. And I think Emman could recommend any investing or technical analysis books or resources.
Yeah, sure. Pwede ko pala i-share yung
Go ahead.
screen. So, yun nga, syempre yung mga nababasa kong books, I don't really recommend that much, pero syempre, mas maganda yung if we're going to share the reading list, in my own opinion, doon na tayo sa the best of the best. And sino ba yung best of the best? And for me, of course, the one and only. And pakita natin sa screen. Share screen. Ayan. Of course, si CZ. Ayan. So, ako, i-share ko na sa inyo, padaan lang. Okay. So, ito guys, yung mga reading list ni CZ. So, especially sa bang
Emman, for those of our audience who doesn't know who CZ is, can you like give a brief?
Just in case.
Yeah.
Ay,
Baka di sila
pinapayaman
familiar.
niya sa Binance. Siya guys, si CZ is the owner of Binance. So, pag natipid kayo, na-liquidate, and money goes to CZ. Okay, so of course, I think a reading list is easy. And by the way, siya lang naman yung is already listed na rin sa Forbes billionaire.
Yes.
Billionaire, no? So ayan, yung mga books na recommended niya, you can also take a screenshot habang nanonood kayo dito sa screen namin. Ito, The Advantage by Patrick Liconi, Alchemy, Anti-Fragile, Scaling. So, tingin ko hindi ko na mention lahat. Scroll ko na lang dahan-dahan. But ito yung nire-recommend ni CZ na basahin ninyo if you really want to know what's on his mind or slash what's on the crypto OG's mind. Okay. So, ayun guys, that's my recommendation. And yung sinabi ni Harry. Yeah.
Alright.
Thank
Sige.
yeah, thank you. Thank you, Emman. So this is the next question for both of you. So actually this is more on Bitcoin versus large cap versus micro cap, or large cap versus meme coins at this market cycle. So again, for our audience, this is non-financial advice. For our guests right now, ano bang dapat piliin nung hodler or nung trader or nung investor at this point in the market cycle? Start natin kay Harry.
If you've been in the space for so long as I have, 'di ba may mga tinatawag tayo sa space na maximalist na Bitcoin lang, everything else is
Yeah.
S coin. Can I say I can't say that now, 'di ba? It's a bad coin, 'di ba? So may ganun akong klaseng mindset pero hindi ako I would never call myself a maximalist. Pero nagkakaroon ako ng ganung mindset na there are projects like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu na sinasabi na nga nilang meme coin. But I'm not saying na wala itong value, right? Meron siyang perceived value naman. It's just that they did call it a meme coin. So nakakapagtaka rin bakit siya may value. But then people give it value, and therefore again I go back to what's your risk appetite if you're gonna ask this kind of question. Because for me, there would be less risk in Bitcoin. First of all, it's proof of work. It's probably the most decentralized and the most sound economically, at least from what I believe. No, it's the most sound. It has proof of work. It's very strong, very secure. Something like Shiba Inu, I don't know if you could call this decentralized even. Kasi majority of the coins or the majority of the cryptocurrency is in a select few. Hindi siya decentralized. The power, diba? This is why these people are able to burn. They have control of it. In Bitcoin, you can't ever burn supply. There's 21 million. So these are things na makes Bitcoin sound. So it's up to you. I'm not saying mag-Bitcoin ka lang. Obviously, maraming magagandang projects, diba? We have Axie, we have a lot of projects coming up na may utility talaga, nagagamit na, like SLP and Axie, AXS, na talagang may utility at ginagamit ng mga tao. But when it comes to ano bang pipiliin ko, altcoin ba, Bitcoin, I think that goes back again to what's your goals and what's your risk profile. Are you gonna day trade? Iiwan mo lang ba to for 10 years? Magda-dollar cost average ka ba? Ano yung goals mo, 'di ba? And then research the project. Ano ba? Kasi Bitcoin, accept na siya ng Cash App. There's the Lightning Network is coming up. Marami siyang promising things, yet remaining very sound with proof of work. Meme coins, I dabble in it from time to time because it's fun. I do it for fun siguro, pero definitely not a lot of my money, no? Depende sa tao yan.
Thank you, Harry. And Emman?
Yeah, thank you for the inputs, Harry. No, so for me, just trader's perspective. For me, Bitcoin is being traded by institutions, so more likely, mas gusto na nila i-trade to since it's already have a lot of data that can also use algorithms with it. So, syempre, it's a huge cap. Do not expect to make money from hodling uh, only if you bought lower, like 300, 1.5. So, 1.5. Pero, nobody knows kung ano pwede mangyari kay Bitcoin. But, isa to sa pinaka-hot eh. So, with Bitcoin, I'm not trading Bitcoin. So, mas better kung if you are hodling Bitcoin. But if you want to make money in the market, so, especially trading, then you have to focus on alts. Lalo na yung nag-create ng mover kasi nandun siya eh, no? Kasi small cap pa lang siya and then fortunately, kung matsambahan mo, no? Masakyan mo yung from small cap siya to large cap. So, nandun talaga yung growth. If you're looking for more growth, then altcoin is for you. So, but, expect mo rin na yung risk na pwede mong ma-encounter when trading altcoins since it's very volatile lalo na pag siya, small cap pa lang.
All right. Emman, I just have a follow-up question. You always mention like the market cap when you consider like how you trade, no? So for our newbie audience, like can you just explain like the logic behind that? Like considering market cap when choosing like projects na you'll trade or you'll invest on?
Pero not financial advice lang.
Yes. Just the logic of like how you consider the projects that you pick.
Okay. So, share ko lang yung screen. Mabilis lang. So, yeah. Actually, there's no logic pero yung pwede nating tingnan dito is yung uh, market cap plus yung circulating supply. So, if you notice, Bitcoin, bakit siya umabot ng 36,000 USD? Simply because yung circulating supply niya kasi 18,000 lang eh. Diba? Or yung market supply niya is 21,000. So, the more nang dadagdagan siya ng market cap, bumibigat yung price niya. And for you to, let's say, ano ba market cap ngayon ng Bitcoin? 692 trillion na ba to? Yeah, billion, 692 billion. For Bitcoin to double its price, kailangan mo ng another 692 billion. So yun yung relevance nun or kumbaga, ano bang pakiko sa market cap or circulating supply. Okay, so yun yung point nun. So next is, kaya kung makita nyo guys, yung ibang token like DND, they are burning, no? Which is good for the economy ng tokens. Na para ma-squeeze yung price and then magkaroon din ng more growth yung tokens nila. But, of course, unfortunately, may ibang tokens din na, for example, P2E, meron ng burn. By the way, baka marami magalit sa akin. Sa Axie ba meron ng bagong burning mechanism? Ano ba?
Meron ng bago yung adventure, right? You're gonna set your axis for... Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike.
Yeah, parang burning mechanism siya, but it is not technically burned. Napupunta lang sa parang address. So parang burned din. Yeah.
Okay, so if, yun nga, especially marami din concern dito kung akit pa ba yung Axie or what. Ganun din guys, no? If Axie, nakagawa sila ng mechanism na talagang legit burning, mabuburn nila yung tokens nila, then expect nyo, no, na kahit konti lang yung pumapasok na price, pero nagsishrink yung supply niya, potentially na magkaroon ng upside pa yung Axie/SLP. So
ang parang na-burn is yung Axie pala themselves, so not the SLP or the AXS. So, clear ko lang. So,
yeah, thank you for correcting me. Ayun, so yeah, I hope na answer ko yung question, Chin, no? So, kaya lagi kong ginagamit talaga yung market cap and
market cap. All right. Thank you, Emman. I think we have one last question and questions from the audience, Mike.
Yeah, although nawala ako kanina. And so I guess this is a question also for both of you. So, ito yung madalas na nakikita on sponsored posts na people are, try mo mag-leverage trade, you can do 100x in this market cycle. This is Malvina swipe. What is your opinion on leverage trading and should people do it? For example, for Malvina here is asking the question. I guess muna kay Emman, no, and then next kay Harry.
Okay, my opinion with leverage trading, I think it's good, no? It's good kasi you can make more with small amount. Yun yung magandang leverage. Pero, of course, meron siyang risk. The misconception about leverage is over-leveraging. So, babalik tayo sa sinabi ni Harry kanina na only invest the money that you're willing to lose. Pero, it turns out, hindi ganun yung nangyari pag sa platform na eh. Right? So, papasok pa rin dito yung risk management, not the technical side, kung tama ba, kung napredict ko ba or hindi. But, boils down on the risk management. Gaya na din ng sabi ko din kanina, same pa rin yung sagot ko. If you are, yung mga taong natatalo or nalulugi or nabuso ng pera sa market, they're just over-leveraged. Kasi if they're invested enough, I believe, hindi rin naman sila ganun iiyak, no? Or it won't hurt them. So that's my thoughts with leveraging.
Ako personally,
sige Harry, ikaw muna.
So personally, I have a bad experience with it. So lesson learned. I learned disliking leverage or futures the hard way. I think yung advice na ibibigay ko is if you're a beginner, aralin mo muna bago mo papasukin to. It's very complex, it's very technical. Again, I go back to ano ba yung risk profile mo, kasi I thought nung una, wow, easy money, ang bilis, 100x sa Binance, pindot-pindot ka lang, it feels like a game. And then pag bull run, nag-tweet si Elon Musk, tataas yan. Alam mo yun, sabayan ko lang to. What people don't know is like people like Emman, no, cryptocurrency trader, it takes a lot of discipline and learning before to get to their level. And people like me na pinaglaruan ko siya, na I learned it the hard way. So pag beginners kayo, learn muna, don't get into it without learning it, no?
Right. So, yeah, this is the key sa webcast natin, that if you are, the reason why we ask this is because yun nga, ang dami natin sponsored posts, and even mga mga request sa Bitpinas for leverage, etc. So, just as Harry and cryptocurrency trader mentioned, you're a beginner, you should learn first. Stay away muna. You need to have a lot of discipline in order to be successful also in leverage trading. And you follow the right people like si Emman and other cryptocurrency traders out there who's doing this in a way that is safe, and that is known how to do it well. All right, so we can go to our audience question. Haven't touched sa hold on. Nakita ko ito. I guess this is for Harry, no? Which is easier, NFT flipping?
It depends sa easier, no? Easier to do kasi, there are apps like, 'di ba, Coins.ph for example is so easy. Instapay lang, mafa-fund mo yan. And you can trade. NFT is a bit more complex. You need to learn MetaMask. You need to learn OpenSea, connecting your MetaMask. Both is easy to do once you learn it, pero is it easy to earn money? I don't think there's anything easy about, there's no get rich quick. I think if that's the intent of the question, no, there's no such thing. That's what I want to say. Walang easy money. Is it easy to do? Just if you learn it, you'll get the hang of it. It's easy to do. Pero may easy money ba, if that's the intent of the question? I'd say wala. My personal belief talaga is wala, and it's a wrong mindset to have, Ren.
How about you, Emman? Do you do NFTs, or do you have NFTs?
Yeah,
you
I
have
have.
access.
I have NFTs to. Add ko lang din sa sinabi ni, tama yung sinabi ni Harry. Yun din yung, it's about asking the right question eh. Kumbaga, it's easy kung natsambahan mo na bull market, right? Pero ang question talaga dito, pag natapos yung bull, tas nag-bear na, it's not how much you can make, but it's about how much you can keep. Sabihin natin, kumita ka sa maraming NFTs. It was easy. Pero nung bumagsak na, di ba? Parang you are sharing or bragging to your friends na, uy, nakaganto ako, kumita ako ng malaki, 1 MUSD agad. Pero nung bumagsak na yung market, magkano na siya? Na-exit mo ba yung mga asset mo? So, at first, it was easy. Pero nung tapos ng yung bull market, it was hard. So, pagdating dito sa sa question na to, marami kasing variables dyan eh. Pero yun nga, it's all about how much you can keep. Kung nadalian ka, paano na yung worst case scenario? Paano na yung it's time to exit? Magagawa mo ba siya? Can you pull the trigger na it's time to sell? Or, di ba, na I have to move on sidelines muna, observe lang muna ako, then tsaka ako papasok ulit. So, yun siya eh. No? Since na-mention na rin ni Harry na madali lang ba kumita ng pera? Siguro pag bull, madali talaga. Pero how about the bear? So, yeah.
Yeah. It's really like managing your emotions as well, no?
And siguro I will add then, especially in NFT flipping, baka mamaya kulang ka ng fees, and the network is congested, just like what Emman was saying kanina, gas congestion, nangyayari yan madalas. And you really need to be prepared, and yun nga, if you know how to pull the trigger correctly at the right time, those are the things that you should keep in mind. Now, just checking something, mga questions. I'm not sure this one will be significant in the future, given many crackdown news that are happening. So I guess get news sa Fed, for example, and then yung mga crackdown news about Russia banning mining, kung tama ba, if I remember correctly. How is this going to affect the market in the coming days? Matapos na mag-die down, and then it will will go up or whatever. Again, thoughts.
Usually sa gantong klaseng news, no, nagkakaroon ng sell-off kasi nga nagpapanik ang mga tao when they see this kind of, China will ban mining. But then after China banning mining, nakita natin na hash rate or the hashing power is actually nag all-time high pa. So the network became more secure after the China ban, which is a good thing because in China, their electricity is subsidized. They use a lot of coal, and we get that criticism nga na it's bad for the environment. Well, ito na, it's starting to the market starting to solve that by moving towards safer forms or renewable forms of energy, and the hashing power is nag all-time high pa. So I think ang galing ng ginawa ni Satoshi na incentive mechanism dito sa consensus, itong proof of work, no, and even gave birth to other consensus mechanisms is yung incentive niya for miners to work, kaya siya proof of work, no. Ang galing lang ng nangyaring to na it's decentralized but it will always be kept secure because of these incentives. I'm not super worried about it, how it affects the price. Syempre, we understand there will be a sell-off. There are panic sellers na nasi-shake off sa mga gantong news. More seasoned people na matagal na sa space, they're just like, katulad ko, again, know your risk profile. Ako, dollar cost average lang, high or low. That's my, yun yung assessment ko based on my goals and my risk appetite.
Thank you. Now, this is a question for Emman. So, EMA or MA, so moving averages, exponential moving averages. So, for our beginner traders who are here, if you can also briefly explain what are they and what is your preference? Although kanina may sinabi ka, no, na preference mo din.
EMA or MA, I think ang question dito, master mo ba yung indicator mo? So for me, I'm using EMA kasi na-master ko siya. Pero if you're going to use both EMA same setting, mapapansin mo konti lang difference eh. So with that, ang mas magandang gawin, you really need to master kung ano ba yung indicator na gamit mo. Kasi for me, possible nag-work siya kasi nakita ko ni iba-ibang behavior pag nag-bull market siya, pag nag-bear market siya, or nag-sideways. So, ayun, masterin mo lang kung ano yung indicator mo. So, EMA or MA, I think both kasi pares na naman sila moving averages.
And then, Harry, you mentioned naman yung kanina pa sinasabi yung dollar cost averaging, no? And for our audience here, you can also briefly explain what is that and magandang nagagawa ng dollar cost averaging for someone who is an investor sa cryptocurrencies.
So ako personally, nahanap ko na yung parang kumbaga sweet spot ko na etong amount na to I can survive. Yung kumbaga it's money I can afford to lose. So etong money na to, isa-set aside ko to at a specific time. Kunyari every sweldo, ganyan. Pwedeng mag-set aside lang ako ng let's say 10% ng sweldo ko or 5. That's my own personal assessment. You guys should figure it out for yourselves kung ano yung right amount for you. So dollar cost average meaning or peso cost average. Pag kino-cost average mo, regular ka lang naglalagay. Okay, this could be done with stocks, with traditional stocks, or even with crypto. And the idea is, you get to avoid the fluctuations if you believe paakyat talaga eventually. You get to avoid the fluctuations kasi na-average mo, nasasakyan mo lang siya paakyat. No, ang advantage nito is like people like me na, I don't have the time to learn and have the discipline of a day trader. Nagagawa, and I do believe in the technology first and foremost. So nasasakyan ko siya pataas, no. Syempre mas maraming opportunities if iba yung goals mo, if day trading ang gusto mong gawin, iba yon kasi nga iba yung goals ko, iba rin yung risk appetite ko.
Ayan, so thank you so much to our guest for today, no. So I guess Jane, we can do the raffle na muna na.
Yep.
6 p.m. na. So hold on.
All right, we have 2 winners of 1,000 SLP each. Courtesy of Crypto Fortune. Sige. So, Mike, first winner.
Okay, so Denise Tolhimo Escueta, nanalo ka ng 1,000 SLP courtesy of Crypto Fortune. So, message mo lang kami mamaya. Congratulations. And then,
your last winner is
Joshua de la Rueda, nanalo ka ng 1,000 SLP courtesy of Crypto Fortune. So, ka lang sa Bitpinas channel. So, I would like to thank again our guest for today. So, dami tayong natutunan
Yeah,
sa ating
definitely.
audience. And nakita natin yung pagkakaiba, no, yung mindset someone who is into fundamentalist and someone who's a master of the trading of the charts, no? So I guess this is the time, no? So Harry and Emma and final words and where can people find you? So start tayo kay Harry.
Yun, final word siguro, do your own research. Don't invest money you can, only invest what you can afford to lose. Ito yung mga basics natin, no? Maganda rin naman ulit-ulitin natin, especially now na
Yeah.
pandemic, no? It's pandemic, a lot of people might be desperate, kaya maraming nasa scam rin, no? So, maganda rin na inuulit-ulit natin yan. Yun lang naman, I hope you guys can check out our podcast, Step Into The Cryptoverse. It's available on Spotify. Yan. Guest namin si Michael minsan. Hopefully soon si Emman Ren, cryptocurrency trader, and more of the OGs, no? And we talk about ano lang, mga everyday, we break down the crypto concepts into everyday, for everyday people. Yan.
Thank you, Harry. And then Eman, where can people find you and final words for our audience?
Yeah, pwede ba share yung ano ko?
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So you can guys follow me sa page ko, cryptocurrency trader. So more likely maraming magsisend sa inyo ng fake fake account, no? Tapos magme-message sa inyo. I don't do that kasi syempre busy. And then pag pumunta kayo sa page, make sure na i-check nyo rin yung content, no? Don't just reply doon sa nag-message sa inyo. Kasi meron ditong mga, I don't know if there are Chinese agency or basta ang dami. Ang daming gumagawa ng fake profile eh. So, yun lang guys. Check niyo yung content kung ilan ba yung likes, ilan ba yung shares para ma-determine nyo kung legit ba yung page na yun. And then, yeah, ano pang share ko? Yeah, just survive the cycle. You don't need to hurry kasi you don't need to hurry kasi gaya nga sabi ni Harry, ayan, nag-rhyme, no? Sabi nga ni Harry na Bitcoin is here to stay, cryptocurrency is here to stay. Nakita niyo naman si Harry na matagal na rin siya sa crypto and si Mike, no? So, nandito pa rin kami and bata pa yung industry. So, yun, aral lang kayo and then stay in the game. So, para pag next bull market ulit, potentially makasabay kayo. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Thank you, Eman.
Alright.
And Chin, where can people find you? And final words then.
Yeah, I think just to emphasize like what Harry and Eman both said, first is to do your own research and only invest what you can lose. And then yun nga, yung sa scammers part, especially now, ingat kayo sa mga nagme-message sa inyo asking for like money or your seed phrase or like to invest in this particular coin. Do your own research again and then make sure that the people that you are following or are the stuff that you're seeing online, like do your due diligence to make sure na it's a legit person or influencer. Ayan. People can find me at Twitter. It's at Chini, CHIIN, tatlong Y. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you, Chin. So, Pinas. So, mag-ingat sa scammers. We will never ask you to give us crypto. So, mga discussions dito are all for information purposes only. Crypto is risky. Play to earn is risky. But, this is something new. And, ignorance is very expensive. So, read and watch everything that you can. And hopefully, this session, marami kayong natutunan. So, this is Michael signing off and see you next week.
Thanks, guys.